So today I'll be talking about how to know as a footballer when it's time to leave your team. Now I'm making this vid off of the back of it being confirmed that Trent Alexander-Arnold is going to Real Madrid. Now me personally, I love to see, English players, playing abroad, because back in the day, you didn't really see a lot of English players playing abroad. You got the likes of Michael Owen, Steve McManaman, I meant Gary Lineker played abroad as well, Paul Gascoigne, but you didn't really see a lot of English players playing abroad. It's only, until guys like Jadon Sancho came along, Bellingham, and now you see Trent's going to Madrid. A lot of Liverpool fans, they're turning on him already, calling him a snake, calling him Judas, saying this, saying that, talking about, the corner wasn't even taken that quickly, and all of them things. It's funny, but in my opinion, for Trent, it was the right time, because let's be honest, all the stars were aligning. You look at all the factors that's going on at Liverpool. It's sort of like the contract situation. They couldn't give Trent what he wanted. I'm pretty sure he wanted to be the captain of Liverpool. Obviously, he probably wanted a pay rise, higher wage demands. They couldn't give it to him. Obviously, you got guys like Salah, Van Dijk. These are key. These are their three most key outfield players, and they still haven't sorted out their contract. So I don't blame Trent, because if I'm Trent, I'm looking out and I'm thinking, we're about to win the Premier League, but then three of the best players in the starting 11 are not even signed to new contracts, so he doesn't even know what's going on. So imagine if Trent signs a new contract, but then Van Dijk's gone, Salah's gone, maybe Alisson requested transfer away from Liverpool. So in my opinion, it was the right thing for Trent to do. And obviously, look at the team he's going to as well. Look at who he's playing with. We all know he's boys with Jude Bellingham. Obviously, he's going to be whipping in crosses to Mbappe, Vinicius, Rodrigo, Camavinga, Tchouameni, all these players, backline of Rudiger and them guys. For me personally, it's a no-brainer. This was the correct move for Trent to do. But for you as a footballer today, I'm going to explain when is it time for you to leave your club? What signs should you look out for? And when should you get the feeling of, alright, cool, I've been at this club for maybe a season, 2 seasons, 3 seasons, but now I think it's time for me to, it's time for me to move on and just find a better team. So yeah, today I'll be talking about when you should know as a footballer that it's time to leave your club. So the first point I want to talk about is similar to the Trent situation, but it's sort of uncertainty around your team. What I mean by uncertainty is, rumors of players leaving your club. For me personally, I've had it probably on 2 occasions where, it's coming up to now, it's coming to March time, April time, and then you hear certain whispers in the change room of, this player might leave, this player might leave, this player might leave, or this player's unhappy, this player's had a bit of a falling out with the manager. A lot of the time you'll find that it's more on the teams where you're not really winning games, you've had a bad season, you're losing, and everyone's sort of checked out. You're not really competing for anything anymore, because let's be honest, in football, winning cures all problems. You know what I'm saying? You could be beefing with this player, beefing with the manager, not getting along with certain players, but as long as you guys are winning solves all problems. You can sort of deal with it. But it's especially when you're not winning, that's when you start hearing these rumors of this player might leave, this player might leave. Maybe it's your star striker, maybe he's about to leave. Maybe it's your goalkeeper, he's had a falling out with the coach, and it's sort of you know what I'm saying, it's looking like he's gonna leave. So I feel like in these situations, I feel like that's the time you should be, start assessing your options, start looking for new teams. I've said it before, but I think if you're not happy at a new club, you should start, finding other teams and then start training with them. Even if it's the middle of the season, even if you can't play games with them right now, you can't get registered, just start training with them, get familiar with the team, with the new team, and then if you want to join there, then it's a good thing, because you've already been training with them for, let's say from April. We've been training them from April all the way into the start of pre-season, which is July, August times. You know what I'm saying? That will give you a better chance of getting in than a player who just joined in mid-July. You know what I'm saying? Because they already know you, they already know what you're about. You've already built those relationships with those people. Whereas other guys who are trying to join the team, other sort of trialists who are trying to join the team, they're just coming in mid-July, so they're only really going to get, maybe 2, 3, 4 weeks of pre-season to impress. But you've already trained, you've already had good training performances from April and May, so you've sort of got that credit in the bank. You know what I'm saying? You've got that credit in the bank. The manager knows you, knows your name, knows your position, knows everything you're about, and in my opinion, that gives you a way better chance of actually joining a new team. So literally, if you're starting to hear, rumours about this player's leaving, the manager's leaving, like for me, even one time, the first time I even left my club, I was hearing rumours of, the club was just folding, like the team was just folding, because, so many players wanted to leave. The manager didn't know if he really wanted to do this anymore. This is when I was like, 11 years old. The manager was like, oh, I don't know if I want to coach this team anymore. And there were so many, different rumors of, the team folding. Ultimately, the team did fold. Ultimately, I was the first guy to actually say that I was leaving. So I left first, and then two other players left literally like a week after me. And then after that, I just heard that the team had folded straight away, that everyone just ended up leaving. So yeah, as soon as you start, and the thing about that season as well, we were losing a lot of games. The season before, we were playing well, competing for the league. We won like the, what's it called, the county cup. Yeah, the county cup. We won the county cup and everything. But the season after that, we were not having a good season. We were like bottom 3 in the league, knocked out of the cup early. We weren't really playing for anything. And then obviously end of this season, I left, 2 other guys left, and then whole team ended up folding. So yeah, literally, I feel like once you start hearing rumours of guys leaving, because trust me, you will start hearing rumours, because at the end of the day, especially young players, guys are going to talk. Guys are going to say, in the change room, you have, your groups of 2s, 3s, 4s. Everyone sort of has their group, I feel like. Even if it's just, you got a pair of 2 best friends over here, you got a group of 4 over here, group of 5 over here. Like, everyone sort of knows that dynamic of like, you are collectively a team, but like there's groups within the team, you understand? And ultimately, people will talk, and then eventually it's gonna get around. You know what I'm saying? You hear that, oh, this player's been training with this team during the season. You're gonna hear all of that. So in my opinion, once you start hearing, uncertainty of, especially if it's your best players and a lot of players as well. Let's say it's like 3 or 4 of your best players. That's when I'll start to be like, alright, cool. Let me start looking elsewhere, because the future's looking uncertain, and you don't want to be just stuck on your new team with a whole bunch of randoms. You know what I'm saying? A whole bunch of randoms that are not gonna to the point where you're not gonna compete for anything. You're just gonna be wasting a year, and you can't really afford to waste a year as a young player, because that's a year lost in your development, and a year lost of you getting better. So yeah, as soon as you hear those sort of rumors going around, I personally just say, yo, it's time to cut ties. It's time to start looking elsewhere. Start looking for a new team. So the next thing I would say is that you should leave your team if you have the opportunity to join a new team and it's a clear jump in level. Now, obviously with Trent, it's a thing where it's like, yo, there's so many factors going for him, but at the end of the day, I think the main thing is that going to Real Madrid is a different type of level, and it's a different type of pressure. And obviously Real Madrid said that they had been monitoring him for 2 years, so they've been looking at Trent for 2 years, assessing the contract situation, seeing what's going on. And obviously for him, it's gonna be a jump up in level. The pressure's different. The fans, Real Madrid fans are crazy. We all know that. But yeah, like I said, it's a bigger club, bigger expectations. Better chance of winning trophies, and obviously it's clear to see that Real Madrid as the club, they believe in him. They believe he can handle that pressure. He can play at that level. Obviously he's got guys like Jude Bellingham, who apparently is his best friend. I don't know if it's true, but apparently them two are best friends. And yeah, so I'd say you as a young player, if you've got a clear opportunity where it's sort of like, you've played, maybe you played against a team and they were just better than your team, but then maybe their manager liked you, their manager sort of said, oh, you had a good game, or maybe one of the players on their team, on the other team, and maybe he can sort of ask your manager, yo, can this player join? I have this player, can he come for a few training sessions? And if it's a clear jump in level, I'll just say, me personally, just go out and take it, because this happened to me when when I was 16. I was looking for a new team, and I was thinking, yo, what team do I join? And then obviously I found my team. A few players I knew already played for that team, and they were just basically saying, yo, come join the team. It's a jump in level. The quality is way better from where you were playing, because we all sort of played in the same league. You understand? We all played in the same league, so we were playing against each other on different teams. And obviously that season that I was trying to leave my team, we were at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? We had injuries, we had guys leaving mid-season. Like I said in the first point, we had so many issues that we ended up being like bottom 2. I think we were like bottom 2 in the league. We were second from bottom. And yeah, I knew players on like other teams, and they were like, yo, leave your team, bro. Like come to our team. It's a big jump in level. So that's how I ended up going going to my team at 16, you understand, because I knew a few players there. They were all, even though they all played for different teams, they all knew each other, and they all just wanted to go to one team. So I sort of just joined them. I was like, alright, cool. If all these guys are going, I'm gonna just go as well. It's a jumping level, and ultimately, it worked out for me. It worked out for me. I'm not gonna lie. It was a good team, and I don't really regret my 2 years at that team. You know what I'm saying? It was 2 years of, you know, good development. I improved as a player, so hey, it worked out for me. So the second point is literally that if you have a chance where it's a clear step up in level, but then also you have the backing of people who say, oh, I think you can play at this level, you should just take it immediately. Even if you don't have that initial backing, you just sort of have to back yourself. Just take a chance and just be like, yo, let's see how I do, you understand? If I immediately hit the ground running, that's great. If I don't, then I'm just gonna have to work hard and just adapt to it, you understand? But don't be afraid to, you know, take that next step to the next level, because how else are you gonna improve as a player? So that's the second point. And then lastly, we sort of got all the other reasons you can join your team. You know, all the other reasons where some of them might be out of your control. So I'm talking about maybe the team that you play for, the distance is too far. I remember I had to leave one of my teams because the distance of driving, my parents were just like, yo, we can't be doing this, you know, every single week. I'm pretty sure it was like, what's it called? Because we trained at a different place compared to where we played on our matches, you understand? And I remember the place we trained, we had to travel about what, an hour 20, like twice on a weekday, an hour 20, and then the place where we played our home games, that was like an hour as well. And then after 2 years, my parents were just sort of like, yo, we can't really do this anymore. We gotta leave the team. I didn't really want to leave the team. I was calm with the team because, you know, we were winning games. We had just gotten some new players who were good, and I was thinking, yo, let's play. But my parents ultimately were like, yo, we have to find you a different team, a team that's closer, you understand? As well as that, it can be maybe you're working right now, and maybe, you know, the team's training days and the team match days, maybe they're training too many times in a week to the point where you can't even show up to training. And, you know, if you don't show up to training, then it's hard to, you know, get into the starting 11, because the manager can't really be playing you as a player when you're only showing up to training once a week, whereas there are other guys who are showing up to like all 3 training sessions in the week, you understand? No matter how talented you are, the manager sort of has to, you know, play it fair so he doesn't lose the dressing room, you understand? So if it's one of them ones where you've got too many work commitments which leads to you not getting game time, then ultimately you're probably gonna have to leave your team as well. And then the last point, I just said it right there, it's literally no game time. If you're getting no game time, and like I said, you can't really afford to, you know, waste a season. The most you can do is probably waste like half a season. But if you see that, yo, I'm not gonna get any minutes here, as soon as it gets to like January times, I in my opinion, that's the time to just bounce. That's the time to be like, alright, cool, didn't work out here, let me go over here where I can get game time quickly. But yeah, that's the vid for today. That's the guide on how you should know if you should leave your current club, you understand? But hope you enjoyed the vid. I've been JT, and I'm out.